Yo, it's your boy Uncle Cooley. Welcome back to the Toast Up Podcast. If you don't know what that means to open a sincere transformation upon people. This is episode 24, and I have my boy Andrew in the building. Episode 24, man. Say what's up, though.
What up, everybody? How's everyone doing? I just want to start off by saying thank you for having me on this Toast Up, man. 24, legendary number, legendary podcast. Let's get it going,
Let's
man.
get it,
I'm
bros.
excited.
I'm excited to have you, man. Definitely because you accomplished a lot, and not even because of your achievements, but the person that you are. I feel like you have so much value, at a young age, and you're so thirsty for knowledge and so motivated to get the life that you desire to be still. So just glad to have you on the show, man.
I appreciate that, man. You're the same type of way, man. You motivated as hell too, though. So I appreciate that.
For sure, for
Thank you.
sure. But I had the perfect topic for you, brother. So today's topic, bro, and like I always tell all of my guests, I don't tell anybody the questions or the topic until it's live. We're gonna talk
Right.
about instant gratification versus delayed gratification. And I feel like you're the
Mm,
perfect person to talk to about that because it's like to have the magnificent achievements that you have to have some type of sacrifice through years of experience and made magnitudes of relationships and patience with yourself and through other things. So um first of all, the first question I want to ask you was, what inspired you to think long term instead of short term at a younger age, like even through your adolescence age? And let's be
oh,
transparent, bro. Like
yeah. Well,
let's get real, baby.
it's a good topic. No, it's a perfect topic because I'm always preaching about delayed gratification
Mm-hmm.
and how you do things today, you sacrifice things today
Mm-hmm.
for in return for the future you to be
Mm-hmm.
happier.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people our age are instant gratification, especially with phones and everything. Even Instagram, just getting likes on your picture. You're
Right.
getting that dopamine, instant gratification type thing. Uh, but what inspires me, man, is just my history. You know, safe to say I'm not average, and once you realize that, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the first step. A lot of you got to believe in yourself before anybody believes in you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, but like we talked about, like, just briefly before this podcast is, being born in Egypt and, my parents coming here, and when you don't know English, you can't land a good job, period. So my parents were working at McDonald's, and um, safe to say we weren't, you know, the best financial position,
Mm-hmm.
period.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that. I saw that with my own eyes. I realized, look, I don't want this for my future family. So I'm already thinking about not just my kids, but my kids' kids and my kids' kids' kids
Mm-hmm.
type. And once you start thinking that way, you're like, oh shit, I gotta get to work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how that kind of goes.
And that's super dope. That you said that because I was feeling like really like disappointed in myself last week, bro, because I feel like I collect sneakers and I collect so many things and I love to travel, but like it's like I've been eating one marshmallow when every 30 seconds. Have you ever read that book? It's called Don't Eat the Marshmallow.
I have not.
All right, so basically, right, it's a study that I think went on in Georgia, and basically the scientist he had a study of 4 year olds basically saying that if you eat this marshmallow, right, I won't give you another one. But if you don't eat this marshmallow after a minute go by, then I'll give you another marshmallow. And
Mm,
basically he was saying that the kids that didn't eat the marshmallow after 1 minute was more satisfied with their life and had more happiness than that kid that had one marshmallow.
mm,
And I feel like
Mm,
My lifestyle, because I love to do so many things and I love to spark my creativity. I've been, truth be told, just having instant gratification. Like, and I'm not talking about the normal things like what these kids are going through, but I haven't really been preparing for my 30s. You know what I
mm,
mean? I've been like, all right, let me invest in cryptocurrency for like 2 or 3 years and I'm gonna take the money out. Now it's like, just imagine how much money I would have if I just leave the investments that I made at
mm.
25 and come back to when I'm 30 or 35 instead of taking it all out next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, dude, you're still so young. The fact that you
I
came up with that
know,
conclusion right now
I know.
is still way beyond, a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, we've all been there. I feel like you start off with the natural stage of wanting instant gratification.
Hmm.
It's a matter of breaking out of it. It's a matter of being self-aware and then breaking out of it.
Right.
So
I'm listening to
you've
you.
already hit that. So that's pretty impressive that you already hit that now. Like just even realizing it is the first step.
Yeah. And it's like the more you go through life, you never want to, if you're trying to get a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini, it's like no matter how many accomplishments you have, you can't say, well, I accomplished a lot, so let me just go buy a Honda. Like you always want, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
like I spoke to one of my friends. He was like, it's counterintuitive. It's like you want something like so luxury, but at the same time, since you did a lot and you feel as though you deserve it, you go buy a Honda or you know what I mean, or like a Toyota. It's like it's counterintuitive. So, like having this conversation with you about delay or gratification, man, I feel like you're the perfect person to have that with.
Oh, I appreciate it. I really think it's a balance too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you don't want to sacrifice, 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 and never reap any of the profits now.
Mhm.
What if you never get a chance to experience
Mhm.
any gratification? So I agree
Mm.
with you. I do think there's a balance. But instead of 50-50, think about it like 60-40. Where the 60 is for the future. And yeah, enjoy it a little bit now too, because you know what? You only do live once in this
Mhm.
type of uh, life form. So,
Mhm. Yeah, like to be honest with you, bro, just to like the balance is everything, especially in your early 20s or your adolescent the 20s in general and 30s in your adolescence age. You always want to have that balance. And that's one thing I'm really started to learn. And I used to be, great at it, but now I'm good at it because I feel as though I'm working so hard and I'm kind of overwhelmed in a way that I feel as though I always have to reward myself in a way. You know what I mean?
mm,
To balance that mental health. You know what I mean?
right.
Like I always tell everybody that's close to me that tomorrow isn't promised for anybody. So always try to do something for yourself, whether that's working out or whether that's buying yourself a good book or even taking day trips or traveling or vacations. You know what I mean?
100%. Hell yeah. Yeah.
How do you balance your lifestyle from having delayed gratification, like being able to say I want more for myself long term, even though that what I'm going through today, I know that I'm preparing for myself and my future family. Like what are some things that you say to yourself for reinsurance purposes or do?
Well, the greatest things in life are free. So you can have instant gratification without it costing money. For example,
Damn, bro, you talking that shit though, like.
for example, like family time,
Hmm.
worth it.
Right.
Um, those are your blood. So those are closest people. Like, not a lot of people like their families. I get that. Doesn't have to be a family member. It can be a cousin or a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever it
Hmm.
is. But even watching a movie together, what does that cost you? You got Netflix? Cool. Like Um, meditation, free. You go on YouTube, get some sound on, close your eyes, let your mind free.
Right.
You know, um, if you're talking financially, like I'm a numbers guy, so like,
Mm.
mind you, I'm driving a Tesla. Some people be like, that's not financially smart. I know. If you do it right as a business expense, which we can talk more about that,
Ooh,
you
boy.
know,
Yes, sir.
then it is financially, uh, you know, makes sense.
Right.
So, but at the end of the day, it is gratification. I like driving in it, it's just one of those things that makes you feel good, and kind of
Mm.
keeps you going. And just like you said, promise tomorrow is not promised.
Mm.
That's the perfect way to go about it. And that makes you hungry. Like, I don't know about you. When I hear tomorrow's not promised, I want to accomplish as much as I can today. you know, versus a lot of people say, oh, tomorrow's not promised. Let's waste my money today. No, it's not. That's not always the right way to go about it,
Right. Oh
you
man,
know?
this shit is getting juicy, bro.
This
But yeah, man, I'm glad that you
shit's
know
crazy.
the best things in our life are free. And I always tell like because I coach and I train, athletes. And I tell them like, bro, go hard every day. And I tell people that aren't athletes, like, listen, live your life as tomorrow isn't promised because it's not. Because it's no telling, Andrew, bro. We may not go, and I hate to say, we may not go in our entire lives with two arms and two legs and two eyes and two ears. You know what I mean? It's not, and I
That's
hate to
facts.
say it. So let's just
Facts,
enjoy our
facts.
family and enjoy ourselves and like being able to get up on your own, bro. Like we take the small things in life
Yeah,
and like we say fuck it, like, but no, like actually getting up on your own and being able to get in the shower on your own and drive on your own or be
dude.
alone
But
is something
dude,
that
you're speaking facts.
yeah, it's something that I feel
Speaking
like
facts.
sometimes I take for granted because I'm not thinking about that every day. But like conversations like these, it just makes you realize like, damn, we are blessed.
Dude, being grateful.
Yes.
That should be a whole entire topic of its own.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people don't wake up thinking the same way that we're
Mm,
thinking right now. Like when I wake up, oh my God, thank you, Lord, for, giving me
right.
another day. Like
Right.
I'm blessed to be here. Some people wake up like, another day. Like,
Right. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it does come back to the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, and that does go a long way, man. Like having ambition is one thing, but having gratitude will keep you
Exactly.
there. That'll keep
So
you going.
we getting deep, bro. So this is my follow-up question for you. Do you think everyone at a young age, I'm talking about 18 to 30 or 18 to 35, should accomplish everything that they want in life before they get married? Or do you think, let's just say,
Hmm.
you fall in love with a sweet lady, right? And you haven't really accomplished a lot, but you accomplished enough, but you are always looking for the next best thing. And there's certain things that you want to achieve before you settle down and have a family. Do you think it's best to, because you never know, you may not never meet another person like that ever. Do you think you should be more selfish when it comes to like, listen, I have to achieve everything and then I can settle down, no matter how old you are? Or would you say, you know what, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm not sure if she's going to be here to wait for me?
I'm a big believer in if it's meant to be, it'll be.
Mm,
So love is another whole topic of its own because
exactly.
it
Yeah.
it it clouds the judgment. You're listening to your heart, not your brain,
Right.
and it just honestly depends on the person. Like what are you trying to accomplish? Some people don't have big dreams. Some people are just, oh, I just want to, and it's not to like, it's not a bad thing. So I
Mm-hmm.
know some people that are okay. Hey, look, I don't need to make six figures as long as supporting my family. I'm
Mm-hmm.
having a normal life. Then that's
Mm-hmm.
cool, and
Mm-hmm.
and that's fine. But to the people that are ambitious, the people that are searching for the next level, that are always want to achieve more and more and more,
Mm-hmm.
I think you look for that in your partner,
Mm-hmm.
so you
Mm.
can do it together.
Right, right,
Because you don't want to think about it as, oh, you're closing the door once you're getting married. No, that door is still open. You coming with me. We
right.
both gonna travel together. We both gonna, and that's another thing too. Like, your partner is very, very important to your brain and your mindset. If they're not supporting you on your goals, there's a high chance you're gonna also stop on your goals. So they have to be supporting you on your goals. Um, that's very crucial. That's the only thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a big believer in what you feed your brain is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Think of your brain as a computer. You're programming it.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you tell us something, every time you see something, every time you read something, you're programming your brain. That's why when you're reading all those financial books, you're reading all those freedom books, what do you think the outcome is going to be? Versus when you're feeding your brain junk on Instagram and junk on just people around you, surrounding you, not believing in you, not um, supporting you. That needs to be cut off right away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Instant, like cut off. Like, don't even think about it. You have to support people. Like, you gotta have people that support you so that you're feeling lighter. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think so look, this is my follow-up question for that. I think this is something that I want you to speak for the people that are insecure, that needs people around them. Like what would you say to them for them to get started for their journey? Like if somebody needs to have people always around them or just go out because they want somebody to be with, like what would you say to that person? And how would you pick your friends?
How would I pick my friends?
How would you pick your friends if, or how would you pick your friends? And then the follow up question that I want you to answer is if you were insecure, I'm sorry, damn, what happened? We lost touch a little bit. Can you hear me? Yeah, how can you pick your friends? Yeah. When if you were insecure, what are some steps that you would take to actually be comfortable being alone?
Okay, okay.
I feel like that's a
Hit me with the
question.
1-2 right there.
Yeah, because we're speaking from a confident perspective. We're speaking from a confident perspective, and I feel as though that we need to actually enlighten everybody because everybody is not in
So
our position.
yeah, and I'm trying to add value to everybody that's watching.
Yeah,
So if you're
yeah,
watching up until this point, we
uh,
appreciate you guys. And um, you know, eh, there's a saying that says you can never be alone if you're happy with yourself.
right.
So I'm I think how you should choose your friends is three ways. I
Okay.
break it down.
Mm-hmm.
One, people that are higher than you. Those are going to be your mentors. You can even include books. You could say those are people higher than you. Those are kind of your friends.
Mm-hmm.
But people that are actually where you want to be in the future,
Mm-hmm.
people that have actually accomplished it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to surround your people because at the end of the day, they're going to try to help you. They're not going to try to, they don't need anything from you. They understand that you're lower than them as far as knowledge in that specific, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
right? Second thing is have friends that are on your same level. Those are going to be the people you're not going to be business partners with, but you need those people for your sanity.
Mm.
You
Entertainment.
know, going out,
Mm-hmm.
entertainment. Think about it as like nothing serious is gonna happen. You just know that you're on the same type time, like
Right.
you both understand each other, you know. And then the third is people below you, people you know that need your help with your expertise.
Mm,
Those are the people that you're reaching out to them, you're helping them out. You know that. Those are going to be like people younger than you or people that are trying to gain a position where you're at. And I think that's it. If you want to break it down to three
right.
ways,
Yeah, yeah.
if you have a balance of all three, you have a good life. Because you know what I mean. You're gonna feel good about helping the people, and you're gonna have the people that are on the same level as you. You're not competing with them. You're just, they hold your back, and then you got the people that are, on top that know what they're doing. So you're learning from them. You're moving forward. That's kind of how I have to view it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, man. I mean, to hear your perspective on that, I feel like that's going to help a lot of people. And I normally pick my friends just how you pick your friends, always having people that are humble, always being willing to learn and have people that can make me laugh and to the point where it's my cheeks hurt. And always having people that I need a hand. You know what I mean? Just I don't know, like
Yeah.
a lot of people pick their friends when they're insecure, they pick their friends based off material things because they want to look
Mm.
as if they have it all. And I read Brian Tracy
Mm.
book. He said the five things that you can always sell to people is number one, status, number two, freedom, number three, transformation, number four, recognition, and what was number five? I think he said acceptance. And I feel like,
Mm.
yeah. And when you really break it down, it's like people buy B Loan shirts, people are buying Supreme shirts, not because it's the shirt, because the shirt is a shirt. It's not like it's like, oh fuck, like this shirt dries up in 5 seconds. Like I love this shirt. They're buying it
No.
because you know what I mean. They're
It's the
buying that shit. It's the status and the recognition and
yeah, the
acceptance.
status.
You know what I mean. It's just like when you really break things down in simple concepts, bro. You really pick your friends based off love and being transparent and
Mm.
honesty. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so
100%, bro.
how do you stay motivated? Being as though that you accomplished a lot at an earlier age. Like what are some of the things that you feel like keeps you inspired and creative?
The future.
Mm,
Being a visionary.
mm,
You understand.
Oh, absolutely, baby.
The
Absolutely,
future
bro. Being a
keeps you
visionary,
sane,
bro.
keeps you motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Just having the ability to say, look, I'm going to make that happen. And it actually manifests. It's an amazing feeling
Mm,
that I think everybody should do it in
mm,
any single category. It could be fitness, it could be cooking, it could be trading, it could be investing, it could be real estate, whatever it is. Even if you can't do anything crazy, like right off the bat, you're not going to own a six complex building, but start off by saving up to get one. If that's your goal is to get real estate, if that's your goal, just save up and get that one. And guess what? Once you get the keys for the one, this is going to make you hungry to get that two.
right.
And once you get the keys for the two, it's going to get you hungry to get that three. And then it's easier. It's like a snowball effect with everything. It's going to get easier and easier and easier to get the next house, the next, uh, cooking recipe, the next uh, workout, the next, you know what I mean? So,
Mm. How do you stay determined even if you don't see progress when you want? Like being as though like it may take like you want it in 2 years, but it may take five. Like, do you like not quitting? Yeah, that's the easy route. But like,
mhm.
how do you, Andrew, stay persistent on seeing something when it's not physically there yet?
So I like to, and I got to give credit to Gary Vee for this. And I've always been, a big fan of Gary Vee. He said that you have to be aggressive on a daily, daily basis, but have patience on a macro level.
Mm,
That's what it comes down to, patience. Being able to not see results today, but continuing to chip at the project the next day. And and that's what I mean by believing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not gonna chip at that project. You're not gonna go to the gym the next day.
right, right.
You're not gonna make the next podcast. You're not gonna learn the next course. You need to believe in yourself and have that patience for the long term.
Delayed
That's
gratification.
truly, yeah, and it brings it back, exactly. It brings it back to delayed gratification, knowing that, yeah, I'm not getting the result that I want today, right now. Yeah, I don't have six pack abs right now, but I can get it in the future if I continue.
Now that I'm talking about this with you and out loud, I feel like a lot of like I wanted to hear a perspective of an insecure person because I feel like insecure people want things so fast. Do you think because they want to impress other people, or do you think they want to impress or prove them to themselves? Because if you know you're going to get it eventually, I think that you become more of a mature, secure person. But
There's
when you
definitely a
are
correlation.
insecure, yeah, you know what I mean? But if you're
There's,
insecure, it's like I need to get this car because I have to let everybody know I'm winning. You know what I mean? And it's like I have to do this because I have to let everybody know, or I have to prove it to myself. Like, do you think?
yeah,
Yeah, you see where I'm going at now?
no, I get it. No, so I don't know if insecure would be the maybe it is, but maybe not the 100%, because I feel like everyone, you and I included,
Hmm.
when we buy things, when we actually spend our money on it, yeah, it's for us, but most of the time, Gucci shirt or whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, so there's always that thought, like, what am I showing to the world when I purchase this? So a lot of people, confident and non-confident, that's buying stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I do agree with you. There's definitely a correlation as far as like being secure that, yeah, you can have a goal, but even if you don't reach the moon, you might land in the clouds.
Right.
Be okay with that. Once you understand that, then you instantly put yourself in a more confident and secure place.
Mm.
Um, I'm pretty sure I answered
No, you
that.
definitely did. It's like to see that because you're absolutely right, and especially like people always hate to say they always want to maintain a certain image to the people that they love, and that's why like our parents are really important that they support us, especially
Hmm.
during this stage because a lot of people compare themselves because their world is bigger because of social media.
Right.
And we sometimes like I've been in, situations whereas or certain times where I feel like I'm not doing enough. And I'm very hard on myself because I know who I am and I know what I can accomplish.
Mm.
So sometimes my lifestyle is a representation of myself. It may not be now, but what I'm trying to do, like I told you before the podcast, I want something that's going to last longer than my physical body will, and that takes time and effort. And when I articulate or express that to somebody and they be like, well, what's going on now, you know what I mean? And it's like I'm putting myself in the position to do that long term. Not saying I
Mm.
don't want it now, but to invest in stocks and cryptocurrency, to obtain assets and to learn new skills and to build my network, it takes
Hmm.
time, you know what I
Facts.
mean? And
Yeah. That goes back to the patience. You
Right.
gotta have that patience.
Right.
You know it's gonna happen. You know,
Hmm.
just be patient. That's
Right.
all.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Damn, man. This is crazy. But the last question I wanted to ask you, man, is do you think delayed gratification in your adolescence age or having instant gratification age can which one do you consider better? For somebody that's young, what would you say that should you plan everything like when you're 16 until you're 30, or should you live with a balance and have some things with instant gratification but some less of less of delayed gratification?
I think naturally everybody wants instant.
Mm,
I think that the best way to go about it is to reverse engineer it. Literally plan your life backwards. When I'm 30, what do I want to have? Oh, I want to have this, this, and that. And it could be how I like to break it down is health, wealth, love, and happiness.
mm,
That's the secret formula to a good life. Health, you want to make sure you're physically healthy, your brain. Wealth, you want to make sure your financials are set. Love, you want to make sure you're filled with love all around you for the people you love. And happiness, doing something that makes you happy. That's not the same for everybody.
mm,
That's unique. Whether it's surfing or biking or working out, or I mean, that could be health, but or maybe skydiving, doing traveling, doing something that's makes you happy. Once you have a good balance of all four, life is all yours. Yeah, bro.
so now I'm curious, like when you were 16 through 21, like what age were you planning for? Like are you still planning for 25 and working backwards? Are you planning for 30 and working backwards? Like are you
30,
planning for 40 and working backwards? Why
30.
30?
So,
Why 30?
because
Because
I
I'm planning
believe I
from
can
30
do it.
too. Yeah, okay. You feel like that's a
That's it.
healthy, smart, realistic time frame for you.
Ain't no such. So a lot of people think that's a tricky word too. A lot of people love to throw like, and I'm not saying you are, but
Hmm.
realistically, you say I want to be the best rapper to your friend. Come on, bro, let's be realistic.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Realistic is a way for a lot of people, including me at one point, that oh, let's be realistic, Andrew. You're not gonna you're not gonna make X amount of money this year. You're not gonna do this. And then you gotta be able to tell yourself, fuck that. I'm gonna do it.
Right.
And once you're able to turn that switch on, you'll be surprised. Your brain is already thinking of ways how it's gonna do it. Oh, it's so easy. Let's do it. And that's what it comes down to. I feel like everything does come back to what you were saying earlier, just
Mm.
being secure and truly believing. You gotta genuinely, from the bottom of your heart, believe in something for it to happen. Like I remember one of your podcasts, you were saying LeBron could retire right now.
Mm.
He could.
Good.
He could. He really could. He could. He'd still be in the conversation of greatest of all time,
Mm.
but he's not. Why? Why? Because why? Like, because he believes he truly can be number one. He believes there is a legacy that he's not done with.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. Once you break down every single like Elon Musk, LeBron James, like all these super wealthy um, people that successfully made it, they all have one thing in common: believing in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. it helps when you cut off the negative people around you because they're not going to be in your ears.
Mm-hmm.
But if you believe in yourself so much, even with them being in your ears, you still gonna go.
And you have to have that burning desire because they do this, bro. They do it because they love it. You know what I mean? Like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, they said F the money, man. Fuck the money.
Facts.
They do it because of the sport. Like Elon Musk, he can retire right now, stop. But he does it because he wants real change.
Hmm.
Like Jeff Bezos, it's like, yeah, bro, he's one of the richest men in the world, and he still is trying to find innovative ways for e-commerce.
Hmm. Yep.
Like he's building drones to deliver Amazon packages within 5 minutes, bro. Like, damn, that's crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so
No.
like me
That's,
personally, like I don't see instant gratification with this podcast because I just do it because I love it. Like I can
mm,
have a million subscribers and I'm still gonna remain who I am because number one, I'm just a genuine person. Number two, I do this because I love it. This is information that people need.
mm,
Like if they listen to this podcast, this episode, their perspective on life may change. It may not,
hmm.
but at least they learned something or they can learn something, and I feel as though that you and I are just two hungry people, thirsty for knowledge that want the world. And it's like we can go get it. Like no matter if our parents come from poverty, no matter if people had a head start, no matter if we didn't have the communication that others had, learning
Dude,
proper English. It's just like fuck that, bro. We're breaking barriers and staying
dude,
creative.
you got
You
me
feel
hyped
me?
up right now. You
Bro,
got me
get hype,
fired
bro.
up.
Yes,
God
sir. Yes, sir,
damn.
bro. Like fuck
God
that,
damn.
bro. People try to keep us in a box, man, and it's time for us to say like fuck that, bro. We always been it. Like you look
Facts,
at our
bro.
families and you look at our friends, bro. Like I do that shit for them. Like I'm going to be cool regardless, but when you look around, you want so much more for them, and that keeps you
Well,
still hungry.
man, I feel like whoever watching this right now, you just
Bro, this shit's
you
it,
just
bro.
learned you just learned 20 books and 30
Bro.
courses
Bro.
in 20 minutes.
15
Like
grand.
we straight up be sure you definitely subscribe and give us at
Right.
least a like and a comment.
Oh
God damn.
shit.
Like yo,
Yeah, man.
man, that knowledge we just put right there, just everything, just chatting back and forth, just you can tell like this is the mentality you need, bro.
Mm.
This is it. Like
Yeah,
they
bro,
gotta
man.
gotta pay us for this shit.
Yeah, for sure, bro. But Andrew, man, thank you again for coming up on the show, man. This is the toast up segment. I got my water right here, man. I want to make a toast to you, bro. Uh, Toast to you just for being
My
always
brother.
genuine, man, and being a creator and inspiring people like myself and your family and keeping yourself inspired, always seeking
Oh
inspiration
yeah.
and trying to make change within your family and the community in the world. Man, thanks again on the show,
Toast
bro.
up, man.
Happy toast to you, man. See you soon, brother.